Welcome to PowerSearch. In this video, I'll demonstrate how to use note blocks to dynamically associate symbols with a legend format. This workflow allows symbols to update automatically in the legend as they're added or modified. For example, notice how adding a new instance updates the count in the legend. Likewise, changing the value key updates the symbol icon. Step 1. To set this up, you'll first need to create a generic annotation family. I've added a label in the family for the symbol character, which is, interestingly, driven by a specific character, in this case an exclamation mark. Changing the character automatically updates the corresponding icon. Step 2. Use a custom font for icons. This workflow relies on a custom created font. For this example, I've used icons mapped to individual characters. Creating a custom font is simpler than it sounds. I've used the free Fontastic Me website to generate these icons. Create an account on Fontastic Me and start a new font. Then rename the font and retain the default icon prefix class. Then choose from the website's library of icons or import your own. This flexibility makes the possibilities endless. For instance, if you're working on an electrical plan, search for the relevant icons and add them to your collection. As you add icons, the number in the Publish tab will increase. Once you've added your desired icons, map out each icon to a character in the customization section. Then publish and download the font. To install the font, extract the zipped download and locate the fonts folder within the extracted files. Then install the custom font on your system. Now you can see your new font in the system settings, ready for use in Revit. Step 3. Configure the annotation family in Revit. In the type properties of your generic annotation family, assign a descriptor for each icon using a standard font. In this family, you'll notice there are several key parameters that are essential to this workflow, and here's a breakdown of each. The character drives the icon displayed by referencing the custom font. The symbol text uses a lookup table to associate the parameter descriptor with the icon. The table name links to the CSV file defining the lookup table, and the VP type acts as the input for the lookup process, associating characters with their corresponding icons and descriptors. And these parameters all come together in the lookup table. Here's a quick guide on how to use lookup tables. Create a CSV file that includes a classification layout. Define an independent parameter in your family to reference this table. Use the correct syntax to call out the relevant column and define the header identifier. In this case, the identifier is SM. Specify an error value for unsuccessful lookups and a column identifier for successful ones. Finally, map the lookup parameter, which in this case is VP type, to the character parameter in your family. Then, load and connect the lookup table using the import icon. Then load the updated family into your project. In step 4, we set up the note block schedule. In your project, create a note block schedule pointing to your generic annotation family. Now, I'll refer back to the pre-baked example where we can then unpack the schedule properties. To your note block schedule, add the required fields. And deselect Itemize every instance to summarize the data. Under the Formatting tab, set the count parameter to calculate the totals. And in the Appearance tab, update the body text to use the custom font created earlier. Now to step 5. This is where we apply the custom font to the project. Do this by typing some placeholder text. Then, from the type properties, create a new text type, which in this example is called symbols. Assign your custom font to this new text type, and that's it. Your dynamic schedule is now ready. Try it out yourself and let me know how it works for you in the comments. Thanks for watching and catch you in the next video.